So this interview that you're about to watch is with a true angel on earth. His name is Neil, and he's been through a lot in his entire life. He was once homeless, and now he provides a home for women in need, which is just so amazing and so beautiful. He's highly respected within the inner city, and that was evident as you'll see in the interview. So I encourage you, if you see him on the streets when you're walking around, give him a handshake. He deserves recognition for what he's doing, and I hope that you'll fall in love with him as much as I did, and I hope you enjoy this interview. And just remember, no matter what you're going through, just take one breath at a time, and you're not alone.
So anyway, my name is Neil Kennedy. I was born in 1961, so that makes me 56 years old now. How I got to come to Edmonton is 1973. My dad went hunting, as he did every other year, to bring some food home to put on the table for us to eat all winter long. In 1973, my dad never came home. He got killed in a hunting accident by his own rifle, which was a defaulty rifle. And my mother could have sued Winchester for who knows how much money, but she said no, it won't bring my husband home. So we ended up moving into Edmonton, and unfortunately I was from a little one-horse town where everybody went to the same school, so we faced a lot of prejudice. My mom had a hard time getting us into a school because in the city of Edmonton you had to be Protestant or Catholic or private. Whereas in Blackwoodish, where I went to school, everybody went to school together. It didn't matter who you were, what color you were, or what language you spoke. And of course, ending up in the concrete jungle, as I called it back then, because I used to get lost all the time. Me and my brothers and my sister unfortunately got into alcohol and drugs.
At quite a young age?
At too young of an age.
Yeah.
Well, I was 12 years old.
Yeah, that's my oldest daughter's age. That's definitely too young.
So, and that's also a real, heartbreaking time to lose a father.
Yeah.
You're just moving into pre-adulthood, and you need your dad.
Yeah.
So we didn't even have time to mourn his death. Within a month, we were in the city of Edmonton. And as I grew up, I made a lot of mistakes in life. I've been in jail. Like I said, drug and alcohol habits. I've been on the streets. I remember when in my younger days I used to live in apartment building laundry rooms.
Oh, okay.
For a place to sleep and stay
for
warm.
A roof, yeah.
Or break into something. Actually remember getting caught one time in a semi-trailer truck. So I was checking doors in the sales lot, and I found an open door on a semi-trailer unit. And not my fault, of my own, somebody left the keys in that truck. So I started it up to stay warm. So I've been in jail a couple of times and had
were you arrested for, they thought you were going to steal the truck?
Yeah, I was charged for auto theft.
And really all you were doing was trying to stay warm.
Yeah, and it was impossible for me to get that truck out of the parking lot because it was right in the middle.
Oh, okay.
So I got off on that charge because the judge said, so it's in the middle of the parking lot. There's 100 cars around it. How do you think he stole that vehicle? Did it leave the parking lot?
Yeah.
No, it didn't. Okay, that's not theft. And they dropped the charge.
That's good.
Yeah, I think I was only about 17 or 18 at that time. And I moved on with life and became homeless several times. Job to job to job. I couldn't hold down a job, of course, because of my addictions.
Yeah.
I would do something and mess it up. And then as I grew up, I got a little wiser and straightened out a little bit. And the last job I had was working for a homeless agency, or I shouldn't just say homeless, for underprivileged people. low paid,
Low income?
low income.
Yeah.
Could have been on SFI or just not making very much money.
Yeah.
Anyway, I ended up working at the Bissell Center. I did 8 departments there as a relief worker, and I really enjoyed my job, being able to bounce around department to department.
And at this time, were you still homeless?
No.
No. Okay.
No, I was living in a rooming house, and of course, it's hard to hold a full-time job when you're homeless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
So yeah, I ended up working there. When I wasn't working, I put in a lot of hours of volunteering, and as I went out of the drug and alcohol thing, I guess I was using it for numbing. I started realizing some of my past sexual abuse, alcohol abuse, drug abuse, and I think that's why I straightened out and said, hey, get over it, move on with life. So when I got to Bristol and did all those departments, I spent many hours volunteering. I have 7 awards for what I've done in my past with the inner cities agencies. I volunteered for Mustard Seed Church, Wall Street Co-op, Salvation Army, to keep busy so I could, stay straight,
That's
smart
amazing.
enough.
Yeah.
So I have a Diamond Jubilee Award, recognition from the Queen, Human Rights Award nominated by the Canadian Mental Health Association, a plaque from the Legislative Assembly of Alberta, excellence as an individual for working at volunteering at Bissell. Trying to think of one of the other ones. Alberta's Promise Award, which can be a variety of reasons why you get that award.
Yeah.
So mine was commitment to youth and children, because working at the Bissell I had to deal with the daycare. Worked out at Moonlight Bay Camp, is a camp that Bissell Center owns out there. Volunteer of the Year, commitment to volunteerism. So yeah,
That's amazing. That I'm glad that you're being recognized for your work.
So I didn't realize that these things existed. I was just giving it from here, right?
Yeah. Not doing it to get an award.
Yeah.
But the awards definitely they must make you feel pretty proud.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I've gained a lot of friends over the years. So anytime I'm in a little financial difficulty now, I have friends that will cop up and say, "Hey, we'll help you."
Yeah.
You've helped hundreds or thousands of people in your life. I mean, the Diamond Jubilee Award is for what I do for my country, not for what I do for my community. Yeah. So that's a pretty high honor.
When you get what you give is what I find in life.
Yeah.
So
I recently resigned Bissell Center. I felt I was being bullied, and if I would have knew that before I resigned, I would have addressed it. So February 19th, I was reading an article on comments in the Sunday Sun, and I'm like, oh my God, that just happened to me. So it's kind of like the boys of St. Vincent. There's a lot of children out there that were sexually abused, and when the boys of St. Vincent came out, there was realization that, oh my God, that happened to me. And it kind of brought a lot out for me, because that happened to me.
Yeah.
So here I am now. A friend of mine bought a rooming house for women only. She understood the difficulties to house a single woman, and she's having me run it when she's away. And I'm doing some, I think, good things here. So I was trying to think of how can I bring these ladies together instead of having all of them sitting in their rooms not knowing who the hell is who.
Yeah.
And I started Collective Kitchen.
And what's that?
Collective Kitchen?
Yeah.
So Collective Kitchen is when...
Hello.
So I supplied all the goods. And so you do carrots, you do potatoes.
Yeah.
Do you know how to make anything? Yeah, I know how to make bannock. She made bannock.
Yeah.
I diced the meat, and then one of the other ones didn't have no assignment, so she goes, I'll be right back. And she came back and she said, I do grilled dumplings. So we ended up, so I diced chicken breast is what I diced.
Yeah.
We ended up with this wonderful, I would have took a picture of it, and I know I was going to be taking pictures of every other meal to show China what I'm doing with these ladies.
Yeah.
So it was a whole lot of fun, and we ended up with this beautiful chicken dumpling stew.
You guys do that every day, or once in a while?
Once in a while. I can't afford to do it every day.
I suppose.
Yeah, but when I can, I will.
And that's amazing. I think that was really beautiful for you at first to think, how can I bring these women together? Because I can imagine, have a lot in common, and can start to heal with each, together.
Yeah, so they don't want me to leave here now.
No, I don't blame them.
So then last night I started something different, and I'll show you the pictures of my meals.
Yeah.
Our meals, because now we're a family.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to do, is bring it together and be like Little House on the Prairie, if you will. So yeah, brought them a little closer, and it was fun in the kitchen, and every time we do it, it's fun.
Yeah.
So sometimes the girls will just want to take over and cook for me. So I don't mind that.
So you should take it, 100%.
So last night I thought, what else can I do to occupy their time?
Yeah.
So I brought a bag of beads and everything necessary to do some beading. And I'll show you a picture of that as well. A young lady sitting on the back. But we won't show a picture of her. No. Well, I'll just show a picture of the beads and the scissors and stuff.
Yeah, we need to protect their privacy, which is why we're not showing the address of the home.
Right.
And they need to be protected.
And just between me and you, I can show you a couple other pictures, but we're not publicizing it.
Yeah. Because these women have been through domestic abuse. And
well, see, that's why I like to keep this place private too.
Yeah.
Is because I don't know what they're running from, or if they're running from anything at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a drug dealer.
Yeah.
It could be sexual abuse. It could be spousal abuse. I mean, or
any number of things. Yeah. How long do these women typically stay for, or is it the same 6 women since you started?
Actually, it's 7 women.
Okay.
And there's only been 2 that have been asked to leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
So imagine there's still going to be rules, just like in any home.
Sure.
Right? Yeah.
And I like the way you said that, home.
Well, yeah.
Because
that's definitely what it is.
Yeah.
Because, and that's what you're providing for them.
Because when people think about this, they think, oh, WEAC. No. WEAC, you have to line up for a bed at night, and you're not guaranteed a bed. You probably have a curfew, you probably have to be out at a certain time in the morning, and you have to eat what they cook. In this beautiful home, you cook what you want to eat. You come home when you want to come home.
You're guaranteed
just respect the nighttime, quiet time.
Yeah.
So we decided the quiet time was from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Which is just like with anywhere, really.
Sure.
Yeah, so fair enough.
So I'm really enjoying it.
How long have you been?
Not even 2 months.
I was going to say, you told me you were like their security guard.
Yeah, well, I had to do a lot of cleaning up around here.
Yeah.
Security-wise.
But I think mostly you're an angel.
Yeah. So because I've been in the inner city for 42 years, and worked for the Bristol Center off and on for 20-some, everybody knows this space. So it was kind of a shocker for me to open the door and a dealer see my face, and he goes, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Oh, I'm the new caretaker, temporary." And I said, "I don't want you coming in this yard and take advantage of these single women, because you're just taking their money and getting them high, and what good does that do for them?" So yeah. So one of the ladies, after I cleaned up, decided to go to detox.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if she's fully clean after she got out, but she's doing better. Another one is in camp, making some good money.
Right on.
Yeah. So I'm happy about what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're definitely changing the lives of some people, and yourself. I'm sure it's changed your life.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always cared about people, and my father was the same way when he was alive.
Yeah.
And my little sister, who I watched pass away, and my mother, who I watched take her last breath as well.
That must have been really hard.
Are up there with Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very hard. I've never watched anybody die. I've watched a lot of violence in the inner city, I've seen people nearly get killed. One of my worst experiences, I think, besides watching somebody die, was working in the drop-in for the Bissell Center. Have you ever seen Hamburger Hill? It's a war movie.
No.
So this soldier gets blown up and he's all covered in blood. So I'm still traumatized. I think people that work in inner city agencies suffer PTSD, just like soldiers do when they come out of the army. Because see me a lot of shit stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've seen people laying on the floor and I thought they were gonna die. Police come and actually taped it off, thinking that yeah, he was already dead.
Yeah.
And it was a panicky day. So anyway, we're working one Saturday. On Saturday, there's only 4 staff.
Yeah.
And I see this guy in the middle of the street flailing. I'm like, what's the matter with this guy? And then I noticed I couldn't see any skin. He was covered in blood.
Oh my.
You couldn't see any skin, just the white of his eyes, but barely that because the blood went into his eyes.
He was beat up or what?
No, he was stabbed up
Oh.
and sliced up. He had a big gash across his head. His arms were cut. He was stabbed in the back. And
Oh my.
sometimes I have the odd flashback about it, and it was very traumatic to see that.
Do you get yourself help? Is there help that you can go get for yourself?
They had what's called a schism. So we had to shut the building down, and then they had mental health workers come in.
Okay.
But there was no follow-up. We were told if we want to talk to somebody, but you know, being in the inner city for 42 years, I think I'm pretty hardened.
Yeah, I believe
Whereas
that.
some of the staff might be having nightmares right now. One of them was very young. So.
Yeah, people. Hello.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Yep. My bannock maker.
Yeah.
No, it's hers.
Have a good night.
Huh? For bannock? All right, buddy. Okay, thanks. Love you. Long time.
You're respected in the inner city.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I'm kind of
You've
like
earned it.
people compare me to the King of Kingston. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
So
Apparently I live a sheltered life.
it's hard for me to get somewhere on time.
Okay.
Because somebody always wants to stop and talk to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's awesome.
So I know a lot of people that live in that building.
Yeah.
It's assisted living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't name the names.
No,
so they
no,
can
I won't.
protect you.
I know.
Okay. I guess,
I've done this before.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can go into that building and know a lot of people that are in there.
Yeah.
Because they know me from the business side.
Yeah.
So when I walk through the front doors, they go, "Hey, Neil." The staff are looking like, this guy never came here before. How does he know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very well known in the inner city.
Yeah.
I also volunteer for Inner City Pastoral Ministries.
Okay. And what do you do for that?
Every Sunday, I go help out at the church. I used to help sort fruit, help do the sandwiches. So we have a church service on Sunday, and after the church service, we actively serve a very healthy meal. So the meal consists of 2 meat sandwiches, an egg salad sandwich, and a tuna salad sandwich.
Yeah.
So you have some variety on there, and whole fruit, and of course, pickles. You can't have without pickles, man. Vegetables, fruit, like, yeah,
Wow.
very juice, coffee, tea, hot chocolate in the winter.
And that's every Sunday.
Every Sunday, unless I have something else. I guess everything I do is because I just want to give back to my community. So no, when you've been homeless, and you've been down and out, and you've had to stand in a soup line for something to eat, or out in the cold at -40 standing by a church for a sandwich, you want to give something back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I've done a lot of volunteer work, is because that was my payback.
Yeah. Well, because, it's just so beautiful. It's so amazing what you do. Because there are a lot of people who wouldn't or can't give back for whatever reason. But I think it's really amazing because, well, you know what it's like.
Right.
So you can relate to the people you see lining up.
Yeah. So there's a difference between me and someone else who's working in an inner city agency somewhere that got hired a month ago.
Because you've been
does
on the
not know what these people have been through, so they don't understand the needs of the people as much as I do.
And the people probably feel that through you too.
And I sensed a little jealousy because everybody walks through the front doors and asks for Neil Kennedy because they know Neil was going to listen. Neil wasn't going to say, whatever, I don't want to hear it. Neil was going to be there to cry on his shoulder, to give me a hug, to say he cares. So yeah. So
that's got to make you feel pretty good.
Yeah. So they'd be like, well, no, we can help you. And they're like, no, you don't understand. Yeah. We need Neil. So there was a little bit of jealousy there. I didn't mind. I could always talk to them later, right? Yeah. Go sit in a park. Yeah.
People are always going to be jealous of something, so
for sure.
You just got to live your life how you're going to live your life and be there for people when they need you, which is exactly what you do.
Yeah. And it became a passion.
Yeah.
Volunteering, and it sort of just instilled in my blood. So I'm happy what I'm doing now, and just going to carry on from here. And
if
maybe write a book someday.
I think you should.
A lot of people tell me that.
Yeah, I think it'd be a bestseller.
I should write a book.
And then some. You've got some amazing stories.
So a friend of mine put me on Humans of Edmonton Experience.
Yeah, Jerry.
Yeah, and the response was just phenomenal.
It doesn't surprise me whatsoever. He, for one,
Jerry's going, oh my God, you know how many hits I got on that? Like, I'm not too computer literate.
Yeah.
But he showed me some of the responses, and some of them were from people who I've helped.
Yeah.
And they were like, so thankful. I recall one of the ladies who I helped actually told the story of how we met. So sometimes you could sense something. Somebody's broken up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was in the agency foyer, and I see this girl, and she's looking pretty sad. And I walked up to her and I said, is everything okay? She goes, no. It's my daughter's birthday, and I have no present. I have no cake. So I said, wait right here. And I went down to the basement, and I found the Barbie doll still in package and some wrapping. So I went back and I gave her that, and I said, here's a present for your daughter. And then I said, I was thinking, hey Ross, how's it going? Don't go nowhere just yet. So I went downstairs and I got a Duncan Hines cake and some icing and some candles. And I came back and I said, here's your birthday cake.
Oh my.
I know. Oh. And she cried.
I feel like crying. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
So I run into people that I've helped that I can't even remember helping. I get cards.
Oh, because you've helped so many.
I get cards dropped off, thank you, Neil. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have went to treatment. And now I'm out of the inner city and I'm happy. There was a security guard one time in Canada Place who was just like rushing up to me.
Yeah.
And said, I didn't do nothing that I didn't do what's going on there. And she grabbed me and she gave me a big hug. She said, thank you. After you helped me, I went to treatment. And now I have a security guard job.
Yes. That's great.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
So yeah, that's me in a total.
If you could give advice, or say, if you had advice for your people that you help on the streets, who are still homeless and still struggling, and like we talked about earlier, it's pretty hard to hold down a job when you're homeless. But if you could give them one piece of advice, what would you tell them?
Give back.
Yeah.
You know, once you've been there and been down and out, and you become successful, give something back.
Yeah.
As John F. Kennedy said for his country, ask not what you can do, what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Well, that's the way I feel about this community. What I can do.
You're a beautiful soul. You really are.
Thank you.
So, and God bless you.
God bless you too.
I'm going to shut the camera.
Okay.